What's going on, everybody? The Iceman here. Yeah, on this Saturday night. Yeah, I was watching video by Bostonfans 79V1 on his video response to Gemini, and after watching this video, yeah, Chris hit it right on the nose. He really did. And I don't want to dwell on this because I think what is done is now done, and I think the biggest thing is nobody ever expected Gemini to have pulled a stunt like this, or with the the feces video. That was just sort of like out of character, so it sort of threw everybody off. But yeah, but it's over and done with. But I agree with a lot of the things that Chris had said, and it you sort of felt like this wasn't the person that you thought you knew, basically. But with all that being said, it's a new day. Um, a lot of stuff coming up this week on Raw and SmackDown, which will lead into the Rumble a week from tomorrow. So we'll have to wait and see what develops there. Um, it really, these two title matches with Owens and Reigns and with AJ and Cena. I got mixed thoughts about both these matches. I know both aren't going to lose their titles. There aren't going to be two new champions. I do believe one will change, and I'll be quite honest with you, I don't know which one it's going to be. I really don't. So I'm looking forward to that, and watching SmackDown like I do, and enjoying SmackDown. I try to look ahead because if the title changes hands for either of these four guys, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be Owens loses or AJ loses, there's that obvious rematch, which of course would come in to play in the next pay-per-view of the following month, which would I be was it Fast Lane for Raw, and of course the Elimination Chamber for SmackDown. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. We've been doing a lot of discussing about Mickie James's role on Tuesday Night SmackDown Live, helping Alexa Bliss defeat Becky Lynch. I think with Mickie coming back to the WWE, I've said this before. I just think she should have came back as a babyface. She would have got a huge pop, and that's what you usually do when somebody's been gone for so long and they come back. You bring them back as a face, and then she can turn heel, after that. But get all the fans behind you, when you return, and then screw them over afterwards. Where is this going to lead Mickie James as far as the women's title picture on SmackDown? She'll probably end up turning on Alexa Bliss somewhere down the road. That's my guess. But it creates interesting situations nonetheless. So we'll just have to wait and see what's going to develop there. Ambrose and The Miz will have a rematch. What happens after that? Will Miz regain that title back? Probably not. They probably wanted to put the belt on Ambrose for now, but so after that, will it be Ziggler? I mean, now that he's turned heel, there's not a real lot that SmackDown and Raw really can do with the rosters they have, because you only have top level superstars on each show, and there's not that many. Unless you want to start building somebody. It's just like with SmackDown Live. The push to Baron Corbin I thought was awesome. And then they squashed it by having John Cena go over on him cleanly, which blew my mind. This isn't the way to do it. If you're gonna have Corbin lose to Cena, have him lose, you know, by a disqualification or something, but don't squash. You just squash the push. And Corbin can be a big, big factor on SmackDown. A big factor. So where does this leave Baron Corbin now? He wasn't even on SmackDown Live this past week. So I, it, I still wonder about the decision making within the WWE and how they go about doing things. But that's the way of today, and we have to accept it, and I do accept it. But I still have my opinion, and I still judge because I am a fan of wrestling, and sometimes I have better ideas that could go down than what the WWE creative, whom gets paid very handsomely, come up with. And I can think of long-term feuds and come about some really good. I've had some really good ideas and concepts, but it never comes to be when it comes to the WWE creative. So you can only wish for it. But anyway, I'm more of a SmackDown fan than I am a Raw fan. I do like Seth Rollins. I do like Roman Reigns. Um, Jericho's always been a fan favorite of mine ever since the WCW days. And Kevin Owens I'm starting to grow on him. I think I like his humor when he's with Jericho. So, and Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte, three major stars in the women's side. Um, and I really like Alexa Bliss. A lot of people hate her. I just love watching her. So, anyway, those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions about a lot of things that have been going on the last few days. That's where I'm at. So until next time, this is the one and only Iceman. Peace out, everybody.